Alrighty folks, this is Lurch from Ireland Gaming and welcome back to another episode of From the Depths. And we're hurtling along on the power of cannons! Hooray! This is awesome. Like, we're going at like 4 meters per second. That's like 15 kilometers an hour. Well, closer to about 13, but yeah, it's a start. You can see I got the cannons turning properly. Very, very happy with that. Wasn't as big of a problem as I thought it was going to be because I am an idiot and I made a very, very simple error. Whenever I was putting the cannon on the spin block in the first place, it wasn't at the center. I uh, I deleted the cannons here and like I'd saved them first and then popped one on the center here, and it was obviously off center. So yeah, that's fixed. But yeah, they work now and they turn all the way and they are deadly. Something else I changed. I did some very quick testing. Um, the Because the cannons were different caliber, the shells from the HE shell weren't reaching the target, and that's a real problem whenever you've got the AI controller on the bottom. That's fine if you're controlling it yourself because they aim to where you're pointing them, but when the AI is controlling it, it controls the turret, and it sort of seems to average them. So it will aim the longer range cannons, they'll hit absolutely fine, but the other ones fall just a little bit short. Um, but yeah, I did some jiggling on the inside, added a couple more caliber upgrades to them, took the cannons off, put them back on again, and now, well, let's just demonstrate. I have one of my test fortresses over there. Oh, let me take you off. Oh, there we go. And you can see everything's hitting about the right place together. Lovely little sort of compressed volleys. I am seeing some heap shells in there, so I think I've got connected them together somewhere along the line, but it should be fine. Just watch the devastation. That is a solid block of metal armor. It's like 3 thick, and it's just utterly decimated in no time flat. Very, very happy with them. Not sure what the ammo cost is like. I've just put a like temporary ammo setup down. But yeah, suitably DACA cannons. Very, very happy with those. Yeah, as I said, I added the AI for testing just to make this a little bit easier. And yeah, so the cannons are somewhere I'm fairly happy with. They still need to have their azimuth constraints set up because I can see these things just pointing down into the hull of something's nearby and blowing the snot out of ourselves. So we don't want that. But um, yeah, it's progress. I like it. So not 100% finished. I also have to set up the azimuth constraints going round the side. Sorry, I meant elevation there. Azimuth is sideways rotation. Um, Whenever these go to like extreme angles and then change targets to another extreme angle, the turrets get a little bit stuck. So I was finding, oh, let's take control of the cannons and I'll show you what I mean. So if I just decide to go like whoomp and turn that around, look, the right cannon isn't sort of clever enough to turn that way. I was nearly sure that Nick fixed that in one of the recent patches, but I know there were some problems with reversed azimuth turrets, so that changes might have reverted a little bit. But either way, you can sort of game them around. They have separate AIs, so this shouldn't really happen so much. I'm pretty sure it's clever enough to go, to path around the right way, but I'm going to set up azimuth constraints anyway, so this one can't turn, like for example, more than this direction, and then can't turn more than this direction on the other side, so this whole area is omitted, and that should like give us sensible sort of firing arcs without heavily restricting where we can shoot. So that's good. Now, the missiles. Oh, the missiles. I have been looking at this thing for about 15 minutes trying to find a home for them. And I think I'm just going to have to go with my previous idea on... Ooh, stop turning cannons. Oh, it looks so cool from down here. Yeah, I'm going to have to go with my original idea and add a section on the bottom of the hull. And I'm thinking where this line meets the bottom, I'm just going to use 4 meter long wedges and extend it down maybe 2 blocks, and that should give me enough room for like quite a big missile bay at the bottom here. They're not going to be huge missiles. I'm thinking like maybe 5 blocks, just so they don't take up so much room, and I can get more of them in. Another thing I have to think about is ammo. I have a temporary ammo setup here, which is obviously not going to stay, and I need to find a home for like a decent sort of ammo cache that's not going to blow up and destroy my whole ship. I don't like that. Um, this room here, I'm thinking I'm going to have to put a LAM system in, and I do want anti-missile missiles because anti-missile missiles are awesome. Everyone likes them. And for those, I'm thinking of maybe doing something crafty with a spin block and maybe having them poke out here, shoot up this way. The problem I see with that is they will collide in the middle, and that's not a good way to launch missile interceptors because they need to sort of be like aiming nearly at the target whenever they're taking off. So anti-missile missiles much better on a turret or launching at like a 20 to 45 degree angle because that way they have less to turn before they get to their intercept course. So that's something to think about as well. But I think we'll worry about the missile system first. I think I'm just going to do this as a speedy up bit. This might be a bit painful to watch because weapon development, whenever I haven't like planned it out first, can be a little bit stop-starty, back forward, much deleting and much jiggling in Tetris. So I will leave you here and I will start getting building the missile. Missile system built. Yay! I haven't configured anything yet. This is a little bit meticulous, but I figured I'd bring us in to actually like build the missiles. So I'm thinking we want two fins. We need a short-range thruster, which feels a little weird because I have used nothing but variable thrusters since they were implemented. Let's see. We want probably 2 fuel tanks. God, these things aren't going to be terribly powerful. They're not very long missiles. TBG, no, we don't need that. We do need a ballast tank. That's one of the most important parts about these missiles. Where on earth is the ballast? There you are. We'll set that to positive buoyancy so they go ptoing up out of the water. 1 turns. Not sure. Thinking probably double explosive with just IRs. We could even go with underwater lasers. You know, like laser targeting. Could be kind of handy. Because if I put it right at the front of the ship here, like underneath right here, it should have a fairly good view because of the shape of the hull. Something to think about. I think I'm just going to stick with IRs for now because they're nice and simple. Was this the one I was working on? It is good. Right, 1 turns. Yeah, I think I'll leave the 1 turn in. See how it works. We'll take the frag angle down to 20, and I'll stick another frag, I think, instead of explosive. I know frag warheads are like super mega efficient at like 5 degree um, angles, but honestly, I find them a little bit too powerful. Um, I prefer to sort of self-nerf myself and put the frag cone a little bit higher, rarely below 15. In fact, I will put that to 15 just to have a bit of a varied spread on these. Go 15 and 30. Um, but yeah, I just like to nerf them a little bit because, like I said, I think they're a little bit too powerful at the minute. Or rather, the explosive ones just need a little bit of a buff. But yeah, I think that's a reasonably um, good start. Now, the start delay, that's a question. And we have to set the ejection angle. And then this is always fun because it is almost entirely trial and error. So I want probably, well, max duration's fine. Start delay, it's probably going to be about like 5 seconds or so because it's got quite a lot further to go up than before. Let's try a left ejection angle of 45 degrees, maybe, and a down ejection of, actually this might be up because the launch pads are upside down. I use typically a very high one at the last, but I think I'll just go with 45 for now because it has a higher, much longer time to accelerate. I'm going to assign to all same length, and I only have to watch this one because the other ones are not configured with ejectors yet. Oh, oh, that might be a problem. They have to get their ejectors configured, otherwise they're just going to blow the snot out of my ship. I don't want that. Blast and confound. I'm going to do that quickly and then I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and sugar, you'll see from this that I just forgot to do something really important. I forgot to put a threat and foe designator on. So they were popping out of the water and coming to, oh, they're turning into dolphins. Aren't they pretty? It blew holes in my hull. Funny. Thank goodness we're in the vehicle designer. Yeah, I'm going to put a friendly fire upgrade thingy on here, I think. That will be important. Just put it there, or you know, I might even put two of them on just for redundancy, because that's something I really don't like getting blown off. Yeah, you'll do here. Missiles and identify friend or foe. So very important. And we'll put another one here, just to be sure. And I think I'm going to stick a staggered fire. Strictly for cool factor, not for function. Although it will be helpful if we do change up to explosive missiles because it helps to disperse them a little bit. But let's stick with our frags for now. I was considering changing them up to EMPs, but I really don't know how EMPs work very well, to be honest. We go all the way to 5. Yeah, all the way. No, that's a bit slow. Screw that. We want DACA. Nice big salvo. 2 second. 0.2. So that'll offload the 6 missiles in just under a sec, or just over a second. Cool. So we have staggered fire, and I think these are ready to test. Ready to test. Let's turn these off for a start. Now we'll just do it manually. Right. We need something to shoot. This is my my little test fortress thingy I've designed. And like it's just literally a flying block of metal with an engine in it, but it's good for shooting stuffs. So let us go. Right, we're in the little seat here. If you don't know, if I should have thought of this before. Yesterday, whenever I was trying to get in here, if you pop a chair down somewhere and you're in third-person view, you can just press Q and it'll actually put your little dude into the chair. So useful. But it lets us get over to this guy and we can test it. Now, I haven't set up, like, I haven't timed it or anything like that to see what time I should be setting off the thrusters, but oh, they don't work. That doesn't work. And the timing is too long. Oh, well, one of them worked. That looks cool. Right, so right. This needs some tweaking, as always. Blast. What is the problem? What is your problem, dude? Does this need to go out at a farther ejection angle? Right. Yeah, I figured out that these were all back to front completely. So up is down and left and right are right and left. So I think I need to eject this at a higher angle. Let's see if... No, no, I wanted to go at a lower angle. Blast. uh, I will get these into some sort of demonstrable state and then I will be right back. Okay, we're back, and I have tried to record this segment about, I think this is try number 6, and it works fine a couple of times, and the first time I fire every time, it completely screws up, so let's see what happens. Now, fire! Yep, again, I don't understand. I think it's something to do with the frame rate. This is absolutely wacky. This works 100% at 80 FPS, but because I have my frames limited whenever I'm in, whenever I'm firing like this, it doesn't work right. That is really absurd. But they kind of work. It seems that the ejection velocity is lower whenever you have lower frames. That is really strange. I'm going to have to report that on the bug forums. Yeah, that kind of puts a dampener on this because it means I can't use it whenever I'm recording, which is kind of silly. Maybe I just need more ejectors. But yeah, this weapon system is going to need a little bit more work, I think. And I'm afraid I'm not really able to do anything about it at the minute, I don't think. Well, I guess I could rebuild it and put more ejectors on. Really didn't want to have to do that. But I think I have room. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Let's start again. I will rebuild this weapon system with, well, 3 ejectors per and maybe line them up a little bit better. Might make it get rid of this side here and have them launching vertically, or not vertically, like directly sideways maybe. Okay, another speedy up bit. BRBs! Design on the bottom here. We are using 3 ejectors this time. It's like sort of staged. They're a little bit overlapped. I'm being cheeky here, but I'm pretty sure that's fine. They seem to launch a lot better now. Let's see how it works here. Yeah, that's loads of room. That's much, much better. I'm just using like empty bodies here to test. But let's build some missiles. You'll see I'll make them, I think they're a block longer than they were. These are, what, six blocks? And yeah, that's good. It means I can put an extra fuel tank in. SRT, where are you, SRT? Come here. One SRT, two fuel tanks. I would like... What would I like? What's next? One turn, we need ballast. Ballast is important. Boink! And fins, short range thruster, two fuel tanks, one turn ballast body. Don't need a regulator, well, want frag warheads. What else do we want to put on this thing? Yeah, I guess frag warheads. Another frag warhead. We can spare another one. We have room, I think. Do we? Yeah. We'll go for basic IRs, I think. Or should we go for a TPG? They're not very agile missiles, so TPG might not be that effective. One turns are nice, and I think I will put a camera on them. No, they're frags. Don't really... Ah, yeah. Frags are fun with... I don't want two cameras. Blast. IR head. Come here, you. And then set that to aim at a random block, just to distribute things out a little bit more. I'm going to set these frag warheads. 3 frag warheads. How many is this altogether? 6 by 3 is 18. By 5, let's say 20, it's about 100. So that times 2 is 200. So I'm just working out how many projectiles you have per salvo, because there is the cap of 500 on there. So we don't want to get too close to that. On top of all the cannon DACA that we're shooting up into the sky, we maybe just want to keep that in consideration whenever we're doing this. So we'll go 30. You know, I'm really tempted to use an EMP here for shits and giggles. As far as I know, EMPs are like really effective against the Onyx Watch, because their ships are basically entirely made out of metal. Screw it, let's do it for the crack. Where are you? EMP warhead. No idea what they are like. Haven't really used them. From what I gather, they don't work on wood terribly effectively, but they work well on metal, and they like transfer between and do damage to like sensitive components like AI and weapon controllers and stuff like that. But honestly, I'm not sort of well up on them. But if any of you guys have info, please share. I like to learn stuff about this. So ballast tank, you're set right. I want the SRT. Start delay was about 4 seconds, I think, but I might just drop that to like 3.8 because it seems to be a little bit low. This works, and we'll save this as our Argonaut. Oh yeah, I forgot to say what I'm calling these missiles. PopRocks. I think it's kind of suitable. Pop rockets. You know, for anyone who doesn't know PopRocks, they're the like popping candy that you get. Tasty stuff. I think we're pretty good to go here. I haven't set up all the ejection angles on these, but I have been testing them a little bit. They have straight fire here, so they... Ooh, they bounce off the hull a bit. Where the hell do you think you're going, buddy? Oh, they're working. Oh, whoops. Where are you going? I think it's because they have no actual target. But yeah, they're a lot safer. Do you know, even launching them forward seems to work. That looks alright, but it sort of takes away from the effect of popping them out here. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to cut here again, and I'll configure these, all the ejectors, so that they're all shooting out correctly. I will be right back. And we're back, and it's the moment of truth. I have everything configured correctly. I haven't fired these while recording yet, so let's see how this works. But I have set the ejection angle, and I've finally, after over 200 hours of play, worked out how ejectors work. When I'm setting ejector angles, like these azimuth and ejection elevation, I have never been able to work out exactly how they dictate their elevation and azimuth directions. I thought it was based on ship direction at first. That was wrong. Then I thought fairly conclusively it was based on the orientation of your firing controller. Wrong! It is in fact based on the orientation of these guys, your launch pads, which is kind of irritating because it's very difficult to actually see their orientation on the block. I don't think there is any up. If there is some sort of indicator, please let me know because I don't see one. Is it that little block? No? The little... Nope. But yeah, anyway, let's fire these. Everything's ready. Off you go! Okay, that worked! It worked! Yes! It worked! Oh my god! And they look great! Ha 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 ha! Finally! After, oh, I've been fiddling with these for about 3 hours now. Okay, they need a target to work with. They'll work better with an AI controller, but yeah, I'm happy with them now. They work. They just need like a little armor shroud or something like that on top of them to sort of, you know, make them... Oh, what on earth are you doing? Right. I wonder what their distance is actually. I'm going to set up a little target here and we'll follow some missiles to the target. I think we need to set our buoyancy up a bit better as well because whenever these are firing, they're actually pulling the arse down into the water. That could be okay. I think it was Fadi Salim that suggested recoil barrels, recoil suppression barrels, and I may just have to go with them actually. Because the recoil on these things is crazy. It's over like 1,000 or something. Where are you? No, no, no. Oh, there you are. Where's the recoil? Oh, good lord. 7.8 thousand. Yeah, we might have to drop that a little bit, but worry about that maybe in the next episode. Yeah, so sorry this is taking so many episodes to actually get completed, but I have run into one problem after another with some of the silly designs that I've been doing here. Largely my own fault, but this one really threw me up the left. I've actually made a post on the bug forums. I don't remember if I mentioned that before, but I did post a video on the bug forums with a fairly conclusive video showing that it was affected by the frame rate. But yeah, next episode. Oh, hang on, no. Before I start wrapping up, let's like proper test these things. I'm going to do a little bit of configuration, set them up with their own firing groups, so that the cannons don't shoot too. Set them up with an AI and get a target ready so that we can finally test these. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. We have test targets set up. I have the weapons set to group 4 so that they don't annoy anyone else. Let's see if we can follow the missiles. Off we go. Here we go. Oh, lovely little group. Oh, look at that. Isn't that cool? Now, how much fuel do we have? Oh my god, only 800. Right. We're going to have to drop a warhead then and put another fuel tank in. Because I just want more range, to be honest. Alright, that's a very easy quick fix. Ugh. Ah, well, okay, we can put a fuel tank here and put the one turn further up. And... sorry, Mr. Imp. We'll experiment with them another day. Save that missile. Our Argonaut PopRocks save. Set them up over here as well. Load. Argonaut PopRock. Load. Edit. Assign to all. Now. Off we go again. 1500 fuel. Whoosh. Can we hit the target? Can we hit the target? Target distance. Yes. Oh wow, they're not bad. Not quite as powerful as the cannons, but yeah. Acceptable. I would really like to have more power in them. Might mess with those a little bit in the meantime. Oop, what button did I press? Ah! Ooh, just out of interest, what sort of price are we up to now? Ooh! We just hit the 1 million RP cap. It's pretty expensive. 400k metal. Yeah, so much for not worrying about the cost. This is actually beyond what I can afford in my campaign now. but it's cool. We'll save it up. We'll build it over time, and because we can take on the start of the Onyx Watch. I've spent so much time in the vehicle designer, I kind of forgot that we were running a campaign. But these, I am pretty happy with, if they didn't do silly things like that. It still works, they still take off okay. But anyway, after our many trials and tribulations of working with this missile system, we finally got it on the go. But yeah, I'm going to wrap the episode up here. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it and you want to see more in the future, show your support and click that like button. This helps the channel grow, keeps me motivated to do more in the future. If you have any suggestions to improve the channel, or even just want to say hi, drop a comment below. I love hearing from you guys, I read every one of them. And as always, take it easy and have a bloody good day.